Welcome back, children. Welcome to Refresh Concepts with me, Dinesh Modi. Let's further move on with the new chapter, arithmetic progression. Normally we call it as AP, right? So what exactly arithmetic progression is? What is the definition of arithmetic progression? Before that, we are going to learn what a sequence is. In order to learn arithmetic progression, I feel that one should learn first sequence, and after understanding sequence, AP becomes very, very easy. So let's start understanding first what's a sequence is, thereafter what is an AP, right? So I've written down some numbers over here. The first, there are five list of numbers is what I have displayed over here. The first one says 19, 27, 45, minus 3, minus 11, 49. Second one says 0, 1, 3, 6, 10, 15. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36. 4, 7, 18, 25, 32. Minus 7, minus 3, 1, 5, 9, 13. Now what I want, children, what I want you to, first of all, look at all these numbers, understand it very carefully. And now my question is, can you tell me what will be the next term over here? If at all I have to write down one more number over here, what is that number going to be? If anybody can please tell me. You won't be able to say so, right? There are many who have answered, sir, we won't be able to say. Why? Why you won't be able to say? Because there lies no connection of first number with the second one, third with the second, fourth with the third. So there lies no connection. And that's the reason you can't say the next one. There lies no specific pattern, or there lies no definite pattern. And that is the reason you cannot give me answer of the next term in our first case. Now if I happen to take the second one, what is the second one saying? 0, 1, 3, 6, 10, 15. So this is termed as first term, second term, third term. Now if I clearly look at it, what lies the difference is, this is 0, 1. So what is the difference between them? The difference between them is 1. 1, 3. What is the difference between them? The difference between them is 2. If I take 3, 6, what is the difference between them? The difference between them is 3. If I take 6 and 10, what is the difference between them? The difference between them is 4. How about here? The difference is 5. Don't you think so that you'll be able to predict the next term? In the first one, you all were not in a position to predict it. But now, you all are in a position to predict it. Sir, the difference is going to be 6. So the next term, I'm writing with a different marker. Plus 6 will give me 21. Thereafter, plus 7 will give me 28. So now you are in a position. But earlier you were not. I'm talking about case 1. But in case 2, yes. Why? The answer is very simple. The numbers are arranged in a definite pattern or a specific pattern. Right? How about the third one? When I say the third one, sir, this is 1 square. Sir, this is 2 square. This is 3 square. 4 square. 5 square. 6 square. Now are you in a position to tell me? 7 square. 49. 8 square. 64. So here also you are in a position to tell me. So leaving case 1, case 2, case 3, you are in a position to tell me. Why? Because 2 and 3 obeys a specific pattern. Has a definite pattern. Though all three are nothing but list of numbers. But second and third obeys a specific pattern or a definite pattern. Let's check. So here also you might think, no sir, the numbers are looking random. But try and understand what is the difference between the second term and the first term. If I were to say difference between second term and first term, so this being the first, this being the second, this being the third, so on and so forth. This is termed as, or rather the difference between the second and the first is 11 minus 4, 7. 11 minus 4, answer is 7. 18 minus 11, answer is 7. 25 minus 18, 7. 32 minus 25, 7. That means every number which is just ahead differs by 7 than the successor number. So are you in a position to predict the next number? Yes, certainly yes. Plus 7, so 39. Plus 7, so 46. Now try and understand the definite pattern which I was talking about. Right? Let me further proceed. One more which we have given over here. What is this? Minus 7 minus 3. So we have tried to even involve negative numbers. So you should not always feel that whatever sir is talking is only applying for positive numbers. No, children. Right? It applies to negative also. So let's start. Minus 7 minus 3. So what is the difference between the second term and the first term? So when I say difference between second term and the first term, those who fail to understand, let me show you. The difference will be minus 3 minus of minus 7. Answer will be minus 3 plus 7, which is 4. So can I say the difference is 4? Now 1 minus 3. So again, if you want 1 minus of minus 3, 1 plus 3, which is 4. 5 minus 1, 9 minus 5, 13 minus 9. So are you in a position to say? Certainly yes. So what is it? Plus 4, sir, 17. Plus 4, sir, 21. Right? So barring first one, in all the cases, you were in a position to predict the next term, leaving the first one. Right? Now, second to fifth are all termed as. Second to fifth are all termed as sequence. What they are termed as, children? They are termed as sequence. Now what is the definition of sequence? Sequence are nothing but list of numbers which are arranged in a definite pattern or a specific pattern. List of numbers which are arranged in a definite pattern or you can say specific pattern. We can and we were in a position to predict it. But within 2 to 5, if you happen to look at 4 and 5, to be very specific, the difference between the consecutive terms, that is second minus first, third minus second, fourth minus third, the difference turns out to be equal, or in our language we say constant. Here the difference was 7 throughout, here the difference is 4 throughout. Mind you, fourth and fifth are also sequence, but they are termed as AP. So let's now define what is AP. Within an AP, or AP, you can say AP is also a sequence. AP is also a sequence, you can say so. Within sequence only lies AP. So AP is also a special type of sequence in which the difference between the consecutive terms happens to be constant. Difference between the consecutive term happens to be constant. Within a sequence, when the difference between a consecutive term happens to be constant, the sequence is named by a different name, and that name is nothing but AP. Are you getting me, children? What's the difference between a sequence and an AP? Right? So can we say a general statement? Can we say a general statement? A general statement is stated as all APs are sequences, but all sequences are not AP. All the APs are sequences, but all sequences are not AP. You can check. All the APs are lying under sequence, but all the sequence are not lying under AP. Right? Let's move further. If this is termed as T1, T2, T3, likewise we can go further and it's Tn. This is Tn. Right? This is Tn. So every single arrangement of numbers always have the last term. First term, second term, third term, fourth term. Now within an AP, sequence has first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, and so on and so forth, till the last term Tn. Within an AP, the first term is termed as T1, or also we can represent it as by A. A is termed as the first term within an AP. And the difference between the two consecutive terms, which turns out to be 7, is termed as common difference. is termed as common difference, designated by letter D. The first term is designated by letter A. You can also say T1 as A, the first term. Difference between two consecutive terms, whatever is it constant, that is termed as common difference D. Right, children? I hope you are understanding it. So I want you all first to understand AP, but before understanding AP, one should know what is a sequence. And all APs are sequence, but all sequences are not AP. Then what is the difference between AP and a sequence? Within a sequence, when the consecutive term, or rather difference between the two consecutive terms happens to be constant, then all those sequences are termed as AP. Right? So understand this for the entire chapter. This is what you should know. What is the difference between sequence and AP?